What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Right here is the 2026 Kia K4 Ex Hatchback. Now, the EX trim level is the base trim level for the hatchback, while it's the middle trim level for the sedan. Being that said, the four-door sedan does start off at just over $22,000, while the hatchback starts off at just under $25,000. Our tester is $25,080. Is this vehicle worth it? For that small family, for that college student, or for that person that's looking for a budget-friendly car that gives you a bang for the buck? Yes. Let me show you why. Now, the Kia K4 is the brand's compact car, replacing the Kia Forte in the 2024 model year. Now, for 2025, the Kia K4 was unveiled and released for the first time. And for 2026, they brought out the hatchback. But let's get started. The first thing you notice is this beautiful color. It is called wave blue, and believe it or not, it's no extra charge. But in the front section, I want to drop down here because this vehicle, being so small, looks so aggressive. And that's because they split the grille into two, putting the larger half at the bottom, which gives it a more aggressive look. But the one thing I always say pretty much every time I review a Kia car is I love to play with material and finishes. You have aluminum accents with gloss black in this upper half. But if you drop down here, you have that regular durable plastic with this aluminum accent that runs around the bottom skirt, which is great. Now, right here is the number one thing that you will notice Kia in traffic, is this huge amber daytime running lamp that of course doubles as your turn signal. You do have these stacked headlamps that also come standard with high beam assist. What that means is if your high beams are on and it sees cars in front of you or light, it'll turn off. Once it's dark, they'll turn back on for you. Now, let's go to the side. Now, you gotta admit, this is a nice sized vehicle to be a compact car. It has a height of 56.3 inches, a width of 72.8 inches, a length of 174.4 inches, and a ground clearance of 5.3 inches. Now, while those are a good set of numbers, remember, this is a budget-friendly compact car. But let's start in the front. You do see the continuation of that daytime running lamp slash that amber turn signal. But right here is what stands out on the side. You have these beautifully designed 17-inch alloy wheels with black and machine finish. And the tires are 225/45 R17s. Now, when you look around those tires, you do see that black plastic continuing from the front along the side skirts. Remember, this is the base trim level, and I want you guys to come back because next I'll have the top trim level for this vehicle. But going back here, you see this side view mirror. I believe that the base trim level is the only one that come with color matching side mirrors. The higher trim levels have black. But the profile of this side is great. It's beautifully designed. Just because it's Kia's compact, budget-friendly vehicle doesn't mean they just slapped it together. I love the fact that these windows have that small, almost Batmobile feel to it because, I mean, that's a big thing nowadays. But nothing going on too much on the side. You do have keyless entry. That is standard. Of course, you have the button right there that'll lock the vehicle. Coming back here, I love the fact that they clean this up because the door handle is right here on the top of the door. It makes the vehicle look bigger. It makes it look more sharp, more aerodynamic, and that makes space for this beautiful cut right here. This is your gas door right there, but let's go to the rear. Now, the one thing I forgot to mention on that side is the door handles do have LED lights inside the handle to see better at night. But the rear is what everyone's been waiting on, the hatchback. You can see the hips right here. As far as that design, I love it. It has the huge lip, huge spoiler that comes all the way out to really give that old school, I think that 90s hatchback look, if the 90s are considered old school. But under here, you do have, of course, the thing I beg everyone to do, the hidden wiper for the rear window. Great job, Kia, thank you. But you notice this little design up here, what you are seeing on a lot of Kias nowadays, the roof isn't just flat. It has this dip right here, gives an aerodynamic look, and I'm pretty sure it does help with aerodynamics. Now, this window here is heated, so you don't have to worry about any of the fog, any of that. You have the wiper, it's great. Dropping down here, you have the nice size Kia logo. You do have the light bar that runs across Of course, it stops right here, but you do have that rear view camera. Once again, things like this is standard on this vehicle. Now, while these lights are LED, your reverse lights are regular bulbs. Now, dropping down here, you have your K4 badging right there. You do have the nice hidden button up under here to open the trunk, which is always a great design. You have that black plastic down here. Once again, this is that base model come back so you guys can see the top trim level for this vehicle. You have your reflectors right there. I love the play, of course, still with the aluminum accents running around. And you do have these lights down here for your reverse lights, and it looks great. It looks very sporty, very race car feel. But without further ado, guys, let's hop inside. Hopping into the 2026 Kia K4 Hatchback, the EX trim level, you do once again get keyless entry standard. And on the door, first, I must say throughout the vehicle, it's a lot of black and a lot of black plastic. On the door, you do have that soft touch right there. You do have that nice black plastic padded armrest. Traditional buttons right there. The one thing I like is this touch of aluminum with this door handle, and standard, a 3-stage heated seat for the driver and passenger. Dropping down here, you do have that, of course, your bottle and your cubby for storage. Speaker right there. Now, as we get on the inside, once again, for the millionth time, I want you guys to remember, this is a 2026 Kia K4. That's $25,000. Now, let's hop in. Up top, we'll work our way down. You do have that gloss black surrounding those soft touch lights. It's not gonna go off because I have the door open. All your emergency buttons, traditional rear view mirror, but if you step in here, which I'm gonna do, this is a compact vehicle, guys, you do have Kia's tried and true 12.3-inch screens. But right there in the middle, you have your climate control. And it's weird because this is somewhat touchscreen. You see what I mean? When I push these things, nothing work. But if I go here, it will switch that to your climate control. This will turn on the defrost. This will turn on the rear window and all that, but right here, it doesn't work. So when you come over here, what is cool is you can see those show you the vents that the air is flowing through. Down here, you do have your mode selector. So that's flowing through everything but the windshield. Right there is just the floor. Right there is the defrost on the windshield and the floor. And right there is these 4 that's in the middle. Of course, that's what you like to keep it on, guys. But that's pretty cool. Now, nothing going on too much different than you guys know when it comes to the infotainment system. Standard things, of course, your satellite radio, your phone projector, the valet mode. A lot of these things are pretty much things more than likely you won't use, but they are very convenient, don't get me wrong. Up here, beautifully designed gauge clusters, one of the best ones I've seen. And if I hit this drive mode selector right there, that is normal. That is sport. Pretty cool. And trust me, it feels different. Now, the steering wheel, this is interesting, guys. And I've said this a million times. I'm going to say it for 1,000,000.1 times. You get all these features in a compact standard sedan, or should I say hatchback sedan. All of this is your cruise control, which includes lane keep and your distance. What does that mean? When you set a certain distance from the vehicle in front of you, the car maintains that. If that car in front of you slows down, your vehicle slows down. That car speeds back up, your car will speed back up to the designated speed that you set it to. This will keep the car in the lane. So it's almost like an autopilot system, if you know what I mean. Down here, once again, is your drive mode selector, of course. And you come over here, here's all your radio controls and that special button that you can set to whatever you want. There is your phone button, but pretty nicely designed. Now, you do have these 2 turn stocks, and of course for your wipers. And I love the fact that they're two-tone, gloss black and that plastic matte finish. You do have that manual tilt telescope steering wheel. Right here, you do have the button to darken and lighten your gauge cluster infotainment screen, park brake, traction control. And when you go down here, I mean, at least they have the K4 branded carpet right there, should I say rugs. Now, I do have this seat slid all the way back just so I can show you everything in here. Now, we're gonna go back here and work our way down. These are all the buttons, of course, that control your infotainment screen, home, map. You can do it either way. You do have, once again, that button right there to put whatever you want it to be. Of course, that is your emergency lights, your climate controls right here, which is very convenient. Now, standard, again, you do have wireless charge pad standard on a $25,000 car. Pretty cool. You do have them two USB-Cs. Of course, one of these connect to your infotainment system. When it's yellow and when it's white, it's just a charger. That's just the charger. That is your traditional cigarette lighter, I like to call it. Your 120 volt, 180 watt. But here is your start button. Very nice, very convenient. It's a little crowded over there, a little compact. I love the placement of that start button. You do have this nice, comfortable shifter. Once again, a lot of black plastic everywhere, but at least it's soft touch. Right here, you do have auto hold. You have your rear view camera right there that you could turn on and off. Now, I love these things. The kids love them. This right here doubles as a storage area, but yet if you push this button, they become cup holders. Nice design. Right here is your center console. Nothing big. I mean, put a Kia phone down there, whatever. You see, it's not that deep, but same thing pretty much going on the passenger side. But I love the design, how they keep the air vents flowing with that design. They don't just stand out and look terrible. And of course, you do have a glove box. Now, the mirrors up here, this is weird because it's a slide, but yet you have this light that, I mean, really, did we need to do that? But this is the budget-friendly vehicle. Now, as we step in the back, I love the position of this door handle. That is great. Nothing going on too much. I do have that front seat slid all the way back. So let's move that a little bit so you guys don't say, hey, that vehicle is too small. There we go. Now you see the space going on the door. Nothing much at all. You do have that soft pad, that armrest right there, your window button. I'm glad they kept the aluminum flowing in the rear with the door handle. You still have that cubby, and I love this splash of gray, kind of break things up. But the one thing I really like about this vehicle, being that it's compact and it's relatively small, sort of say, you do have these hard back seats. And of course, that's great for the kids when they kick and spill stuff. Just wipe it right off. But guys, this is more spacious than I would have thought. I will get in here just so you guys can see my leg space. And look at that. And this seat is pretty much set to how I like to drive. Now, you do have two USB-Cs down there and a storage area. On the passenger seat, you do have that bungee storage. But this is not bad. As you see, when I get in here, this looks like a relatively large car. Once again, you do have that sensor touch for both those lights. You do have them coat hangers or coat hooks and your grab handles for all four doors. Now, the one thing I do like, and I was surprised, is that first it has a center armrest with two cup holders. Not only that, this is a 5-seater, and they actually included a adjustable headrest for that middle passenger, which is great. Now, let's hop in the trunk. Of course, since this is the budget-friendly version, you do have to open the trunk yourself, but you get what you pay for. Now, this trunk is larger than I thought it would be. You do have that hard privacy cover right here that I love because you can put things on top. It has slots to help you out, but yet it covers everything you have underneath. Now, working our way down, you do have hooks back here. I like to use those kind of things for groceries. I mean, whatever it is you need to hang. You do have that huge branded Kia rug back here covering everything, and I like how it's cut out for those 4 tie downs just in case you need to hook something back here. Over here, I did notice a little dip. Maybe you can use this as storage and things won't roll around. But if I lift this floor up, you do have your spare tire, which seems to be coming a little rare these days. I swear more and more cars are coming without these wheels, and it's costing more to get it. But at least it has all the tools and everything. Now, that's pretty much it for back here. I have to mention that this space back here is 22.2 cubic feet of storage space. But when you let that second row down completely flat, you have 59.3 cubic feet of space. I mean, guys, we can run to Home Depot and get a few things with that kind of space. But up here, you do have a nice grab handle that's dedicated to closing your hatch. And you see how easy that was. Now, I think it's time we drive this thing. Now, driving the 2026 Kia K4 Hatchback EX is not a bad ride for $25,000. Now, the one thing to note, this does have a 2.0 liter 4-cylinder motor pushing about 147 horsepower, 132 pound-feet of torque. Now, it does have a gross weight of over 4,000 pounds, but that's not bad. It has a curb weight of around 3,070 pounds, which is really not bad either. This is a very light car. But other than that, it gets 28 city, 34 highway, and a combined mileage of 30 miles per gallon. Now, currently, me keeping this vehicle for a week, I'm averaging about 34 miles per gallon, and that's in city driving or with city driving. So that's pretty good. But being that budget-friendly vehicle that we talked about, it does have 16 avoidance system and safety assistant features. I mean, you got things like blind spot warning on here with parallel exit, meaning if there is a vehicle that's coming when you're parallel parked, your car will notify you, hey, there's danger. But forward collision warning, rear cross traffic warnings, lane keep assist, I already went through that. Lane follow, I already went through that. Smart cruise control, the list goes on and on with this vehicle. Now in sport mode, it's not bad at all. And you know what? Let's see, if I come to a dead stop, I'll switch it to sport mode, and here we go. Let's see. 15, 25, 30. That's not bad at all. Will I say this thing is a great buy? Yes. All the features that we went over, you get that all in that $25,000 budget. You have fuel efficiency. You have all these great safety features. I mean, even the windows are coated to deaden the sound from the outside. You typically only get those things on Mercedes, BMWs, all those high-end vehicles. Thank you guys for watching my review of the 2026 Kia K4 EX Hatchback. And if you haven't, please like and subscribe to this channel. It helps out. And don't forget to tune in to the next video where we will have the top of the line version. Until next time, guys.